Hey guys, it's Jenny here, and today I have something very exciting for you guys because I haven't done one of these in a while, and that's book outlet unboxing. I've been waiting for this package for like a week, and I'm so excited that it's finally here. The mail lady delivered amidst this severe storm warning. The siding is peeling off of our house, but she still got me my books. And I just so excited. Oh my god, they're beautiful. Oh my god. These books are huge. So, I got 8 books. Oh my god, one of these originated in Australia. Okay, so the first book I got is We Bought a Zoo by Benjamin Mee. This is the true story about the movie We Bought a Zoo. And I think it's like a memoir or an autobiography or something. Let me see. Usually, but yeah, this is basically the story about a family who moves their, this is about a man who moves his family to this like foreclosed zoo which has over 200 animals, and everybody thought he was crazy, but his dream was to refurbish the zoo and run it as a family business. And there's a lot of work to do, and it's just like, I love the movie so much, and I didn't know that he wrote a book about it, so when I saw it on there, I'm like, I have to get that. And this was $4.29, and this was the one that originated in Australia. So, yay! Okay, what do I even... Let me do this one. The next thing oh, it's glossy. The next thing I got is The Bodies We Wear by Jane Roberts, and this book was in the clearance section. I thought this was really intriguing when I first saw it. I know I've skipped over a bunch of times, but when I clicked on it this time around, I'm like, whoa, that actually sounds really cool. I can't get over how thick this book is that I'm about to pick up, and I'm living for it. Oh my god, they're so thick. I'm sorry. But, oh yeah. It's about, I think this is a dystopian. Oh yeah, it's about this dystopian where there's this drug called heme, and like everybody's addicted to it. And the users who take it claim that when they take the drug, they are able to see heaven, and people like never want to come back. And some don't, but our protagonist, when she's forced to take the drug, she doesn't see heaven, she sees hell. And now she spends her nights training to take revenge on the men who destroyed her future and murdered her best friend. And I just thought it sounded really intriguing, and like this cover is so pretty. Like, I love the cover. And this was only $1.79. So like, yes. Okay, so I'm gonna pick up the next books before I get into like the ones that I actually spent big money on. So, this was another clearance book, and this is Violent Ends, and this has multiple points of view. Beth Revitz, Hannah Moskowitz, Elisa, I can't see the last name, Steve Brenzanoff, Blythe Wolston, Margie Galbwasser, and Sean David Hutchinson, Kentar Blake, Neil Brenda Schusterman. So yeah, there are actually a couple really popular authors in here. But basically this is about a school shooting. This is about a school shooter, and the 17 perspectives are the people who have insight on how the shooter became who he was and what led him to do something like that. And I feel like this is going to be a really emotional read, especially given what's been going on in the world lately. And when I saw it, I'm like, wow, I really should read that. Yeah, he kills 6 and injures 5 others. This isn't the story about the shooting itself. This isn't about recounting that one forgettable day. This is about Kirby and how one boy who had friends, enjoyed reading, played saxophone in the band, and had never been in trouble before became a monster capable of entering his school with a loaded gun and firing on his classmates. And honestly, I think this is going to be a really hard read, but I feel like I really want to read this. And this was $2.19 and it's hardcover. Okay, so I'm excited because I didn't know these books were as big as they were. I thought they were like gonna be small, but these books are massive. So I got The Death and Life of Zebulon Finch by Daniel Kraus, and like, bro, these books are huge. I'm like loving this. Oh my god. But I remember my Pioneer Projects teacher, like, I used to write for the school newspaper when I was in middle school, and we used to be in the class where we used to write for the school newspaper, and she used to have like a bunch of book recommendations on the board, and this was on there, but I thought it was this massive like multi-book series, and I just didn't think it was something I'd be invested in. But of course, I've never looked at the synopsis, so when I saw it on Book Outlet for cheap, I read the synopsis and I'm like, oh my god, that actually sounds really interesting. But yeah, I love the cover for this. Like, there's so much going on and it's like so cool. But okay, here's an excerpt. It says, "Let us begin with this. I am 17 years old, and also this. I have been 17 years old for over a century. A 17-year-old gangster is gunned down by the shores of Lake Michigan. After mere minutes in the void, he is mysteriously resurrected. Oh, his new existence begins as a sideshow attraction and a traveling medicine show. Mastering the secrets of death, he will fight in the trenches of World War I. And it's just about him being reborn after he dies, and then, you know, just doing all this. Ooh. And you guys aren't gonna believe this. I only paid $4.29 for this massive book, and it retails at $19. And this is like, I can't find a single thing wrong with this book. I love it. Okay, guys. So the next book, I bet you can guess, and that is, oh my god, this book is huge. And that is The Death and Life of Zebulon Finch, Volume 2, Empire Decayed by Daniel Kraus. And just, this book is huge. It's like, oh, that spine craft. That was magnificent. What is this? What? Okay, this is 771 pages. And this is just the sequel. I don't even know. This book is really pretty too. Oh my god. And I only paid $3.79 for this one. I'm like in love with these books. I was expecting them to be like a bunch smaller, and they're not. These are like bigger than Harry Potter. Oh my god, it's so big. Look at how big these are. I'm living for this. Okay. So the next book that I finally have my hands on is Furthermore by Tahira Mafi. Oh my god, this is a middle grade fantasy, and when I saw it, I knew I had to pick it up, even though I was going to be spending more for it than I usually do in Book Outlet. I was just like, no, I just have to do it. I just have to splurge. But I don't actually remember what this is about, but everybody loves it. Ooh, end pages. And there's just so much going on in this cover. I know this is a middle grade, but I love and trust Tahira Mafi's writing. So, Oh. Okay, so it's about this girl named Alice whose father disappears with nothing but a ruler in his pocket, and she's just determined to find him. She loves her father more than she loves adventure, and she'll have to embark on one to find the other. To bring him home, she will travel through the mythical, dangerous land of Furthermore, where down can be up, paper is alive, and left can be both right and very, very wrong. Her only companion is a boy named Oliver, who is an experienced guide with his own tangled secrets. Take all of her wits to make it through Furthermore, and hold fast to the magic of love in the face of uncertainty and loss. This sounds so interesting. I'm like, it kind of is giving me Alice in Wonderland vibes, but like, it's just so colorful. I love Tahira Mafi's writing, and I paid $6.99 for this. Okay, so the next book I got is finally, oh my god, this book is in like pristine condition. It doesn't even have the overstock stamp that they usually put on this. They usually put like an overstock mark on like either the top or the bottom of the pages, and this doesn't have one on the top, bottom, or side. That is Girls Made of Snow and Glass by Melissa Bashirdoust. And I almost picked this up at Barnes & Noble the other day, but I didn't because I knew it was on Book Outlet. And this is a Snow White retelling, I believe. Yeah, it's about this 16-year-old girl named Mina who is motherless. Her father's a magician, and he is vicious. And her silent heart has never beat with love for anyone. In fact, her heart has never beat at all, but she'd always thought that was normal. She never guessed that her father had cut out her heart and replaced it with one of glass. When she moves to this castle and sees its king for the first time, she forms a plan: win the king's heart with her beauty, become queen, and finally know love. Only catch is that she'll have to become a stepmother. 15-year-old Lynette looks just like her late mother, and one day she discovers why. A magician created her out of snow in the dead queen's image at her father's orders, but despite being the dead queen made flesh, Lynette would rather be like her fierce and regal stepmother Mina. She gets her wish when her father makes Lynette queen of the Southern Territories, displacing Mina. Now Mina is starting to look at Lynette with something like hatred, and Lynette must decide what to do and who to be to win back the only mother she's ever known, or else defeat her. This is definitely a Snow White retelling. But yeah, I paid $6.99 for this, and it's like brand spanking new. And I've been really excited for this, and I also love like just having all the retellings. Eventually I'll read them all, but you know. And finally, the main reason I placed this order in the first place, I finally have Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Sina McGuire. This is book 2 in the Wayward Children series by Sina McGuire, and I'm so happy to finally have this book. It's very tiny, but and I can't go into much depth about this because it's a sequel, but oh my gosh, I'm just very excited for this. Oh, I see. This is about other characters that you meet in the first book, and this was $6.39. So overall, I am like so pleased with this haul. I got 6 hardcovers and 2 paperbacks, all brand new for only $36. Yay! I'm so happy. I've been waiting for this, and I'm just so excited. It's gonna take all my willpower not to just pick up Down Among the Sticks and Bones right now. I have to add it to my May TBR. I have to resist. But I'm so happy that my books are finally here. But I'm also a little bit sad because now I don't have anything to look forward to. But that's okay. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you've read any of these books, let me know what you thought of them down in the description or down in the comments. And let me know if you're going to be checking out any of these books in the future. And yes, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.